tonight.
From Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh.
It's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, the cold weather certainly helping set the stage for what should be a physical primetime contest at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
And I like his honesty because when we sat down with him, I mean, he was the first one to say that was on me last week, a really poor performance. Way too many interceptions, didn't find the end zone throwing the ball, put his defense and his special teams in some real jeopardy. But somehow they won the game.
They won.
Yeah, what I loved about is when he told us about the defense kind of corralling him in the locker room and said, all right, my man, we're not going to do that again this week, are we?
Hey, check back, back six. Watch the screen.
They'll start the drive with Harris, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of carries, 138 yards, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. They run for it with Harris. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 17 carries, 85 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And this is going to depend on his spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. They're going for it with Dobbins. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll bring up second down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll buy some time right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run again with Harris. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
The Steelers at 4 and 10 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Here's Johnson with a reception.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
A quick throw, but incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers.
Deontay Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Steelers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They end up getting stumped twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
Jordan Berry out to punt on 4th down. Back deep is Gunnar Olszewski. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded at the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Just a fantastic punt return of 80 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. A lot of times they want this guy just to try to flip field position. He flipped it all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is, can you pick up 10 yards? That's getting a first down. Instead, he takes it all the way and provides a big spark for his team.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action with Jackson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
They'll set up a throw. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. Deontay Johnson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers take a 3-touchdown lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months. Not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Ravens are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson, fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. They'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season, and in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing, but clearly there's some growing still to do.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 7-yard line. 31 yards there and a 1st down. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. And he is going to be stopped up at the line of scrimmage. And we'll have a stoppage as well, as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Second down and goal. Jackson. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Lightning speed there on the sack from the corner, Duke Dawson. From the 15 now after the sack. It's 3rd and goal. Now it's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Tucker's kick is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal That's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. They'll set up to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Right's got it. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here's Presley Harvin now. Deontay Hardy back deep.
Oh, he shifts past him. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going.
There's a nice move. Jackson trying to hustle his unit up quickly to the line of scrimmage. Dancing to his left.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Jackson on 1st down. Being chased out left. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. T.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, where it was the visiting Jaguars who were able to come away with the road victory. Christian Kirk leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Houston Texans. Nelson Aguilar, close to 200 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. And lastly, Monday Night Football has a good one lined up between the New Orleans Saints and the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter.
And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done. Oh, always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here's Jordan Berry now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. A throw left side, caught by the tight end, Freiermuth. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Hitting Juju on the slant. Well, that'll get him to 1st down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll look to throw here. He gets it complete to Harris. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On play action, they'll throw. Going across the formation, he finds Freiermuth. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. He'll drop to throw. It's brought in by Harris. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A good pickup there, a 22.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. This is caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown. George Pickens, an 11-yard touchdown, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 52 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for...
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And the Steelers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
On second down, this is Harris. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Harris running straight ahead.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And they're going to speed things up here. 2nd and 4. It's complete to Watt. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 6. Oh, he brings it in off the deflection. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Back to throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal. They're going to look to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone. I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Forced out to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Alex Highsmith from his outside linebacker spot gets him down there for a loss of 4.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. On the return is Olszewski. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And a nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And out will come the offense as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. The Steelers on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw.
That's complete to his tight end flyer move. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And now they're in the hurry up. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2nd and 13. Buying time to his left. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Umpire through the flag usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
He'll get it inside the 20, and he's going to be brought down at about the 16. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Looking middle, and that's complete. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. And it's caught. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw again. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Brock Wright, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Steelers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Jackson now. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. Able to locate Andrews here on the out route. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 43. To throw again is Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 41. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And he is going to have the Steelers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Now a handoff running through the middle. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Steelers, it's a good 5th win for them as they play out the string. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Seattle Seahawks